Hi guys, I'm ExactChaos and welcome back to another episode of Cities Skylines Parklife. Okay, in the last episode we sorted out public transport a little bit, and we also started building this interchange. Actually, we are pretty close to finishing this interchange, so I think that is pretty much it. What I did want to do though is probably trim back a little bit over here. I don't think this needs to go back as quite as far, and similarly over there. So now what we can do is actually run, what I want to do is run a little section like that, tie in over there, and similarly we'll run a little section like that and tie in over there. Okay, this is going to be our off ramp. And now what we need to do is, well, basically do that. And I think if we use move it, actually no, you know what, we need two points, so we can do a bit of a S bend over there. So we'll do that, that, and that. Okay, so now we'll have 2 points, so we can appropriately do a S bend. Yep. So that'll be our S bend right over there. So that feeds into that service road. Okay, we're going to do exactly the same on this side over here. So let's do that and that and that and that. Okay, we'll do our S bend on this side too. Okay, so let's do a bit of that, like so, and like so. The other option, or the other thing we could do, is now we can actually feed off into this road over here potentially. We could do another one, maybe just something like that, for instance. And what we'll do is we will do our S bend that way. Okay, so now basically what we do is we just do that as a highway ramp also. So let's just upgrade that to a highway ramp, just so it's a little bit more even over here. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to see about getting that a little bit more like so. Perfect. Okay. Yeah, just about like that. There we go. So that's that then feeds from the service road into this area. Similarly on this side, we don't necessarily need it to go back all the way, so we'll trim back 1, 2 like so, and we'll get the 1-lane service road section to do its thing, say right over there, and then we'll tie it in like that. Opposite direction, same thing. Yeah, that's kind of what I want. Is that too close? Yeah, that's a little bit too close. Over there is what I want. Perfect. And we will take it out a little further away, like so. There we go. And that's what we'll do. On this one we'll do our S bends again, like that, and like that. And we'll do a similar thing over here, so like so. Perfect. So now that means you can actually get from this area onto the highway network. That's pretty good. Okay, let's use move it to sort out this thing a little bit more. Just get our S a little better. Similarly over here, we're going to need to kind of tie that in a little bit better. Something like that. Not quite. Something like that will have to do, I think. Don't think we're going to get that any better than that. That's pretty decent, to be honest. And now let's do this one. Like so, and like so. Actually, let's finish it off before we start using move it, and we will do that, and in there. Okay, so now let's grab move it and sort out all of this. Probably need that a little bit more forward. There we go, something like so and so. That is pretty decent over there. We'll do the opposite side over here. So for this one, it is quite interesting, but what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to run I'm actually going to run an extra section of this. Actually, hang on. Give me my two ways. This one, and let's give it an extra section. Oh, and now, of course, we're gonna wanna do this. Then to somewhere around here. And then we'll do that, but we're going to need to do that. Perfect, so that's okay. What I'll do is I will actually take this one and make that a two-way. Okay, so that's okay. Get that piece of two-way running over there, so you can go straight up there. Yep. Okay, now give me my highway back. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna actually tie it in like so. Again, a bit of a S-curve, so let's just fix that. Campbell Street. I thought this is a bit of a... How's that look? That actually works quite well. Would be better if we can get... a little bit more... a little smoother. Yeah, that's fine. I think that is perfect. So now that feeds onto the highway, or onto the service road at least. So that's well connected service road there. The next thing I want to have a look at is about actually getting a train station connection through here. And I'm kind of wondering, if we run the train station up here, shall we have about over here and tie it in on... but this one, hang on, this one, let's bring this one over the top first. So it's fairly elaborate, this, but I think it's going to work quite well. Let's give me all of this. I want, yeah, that one. Take off anarchy. So my intention here would be to run this kind of straight over the top here. We'll get the straight line on and make sure we're up at 12. Oops, not 15, up at 12. So what's going on? Hang on. Oh, yes, of course. Up at 12, pretty much in line here. So that's going to be it over there. There you go. 12. 12 over the top there. 12 over the top there. And now is going to be the challenge, is how are we going to connect this on this side. Unless we start dropping it down over the service road. We'll have to see. Yeah, that's going to be pretty much sufficient to get it up there. So let's go 9, so on. Yeah, it's a little bit rickety. We can see about that. This one is 9 only down. So what we should probably do is see if we can't drop this, start dropping this, and have it look fairly realistic still. Yeah, that's about as low as we can go on that. And are we still at 12? Hang on, really? How does that look? Let's try and get this to go a little bit more down. A little bit like that. Is that... yeah, I think that might be a little tight. That might well and truly be a little bit on the tight sides. We'll need to get this, bring this up a little. We'll see as we start getting some cars through there. And then that, of course, it's also going to be better if we actually tie into the other one, because now they actually cross over. So hang on. What we're going to do is we are going to remove that. We're going to go back to 12 over here, like so. Then we're going to drop it down to 9 over here. And oh my goodness. Okay. Too steep, huh? Oh no, space already occupied. Oh yes, okay, so we can't actually, we need it at 9 to clear, and then that slope is way too steep. So what we'll do is we will move it, and we'll bring this piece up over here. And that, unfortunately, is not a node. What I'm thinking is we do that, and we start bringing that up a little. We'll do both of them. Actually, we shouldn't have moved the node, and let's just take the node back to where it kind of was, somewhere over there. And so that one, we brought it up a little. Now let's try that again, and there we go. So, what I'm thinking on this road, that's probably okay. So now what that means, it's a right in, right out stop control type of end of that road, and it feeds that area quite well also. So how does that look? Oh, is that's not quite straight, is it? Let's tweak it a little. That's it. That looks much better, even though it's not straight now, but now at least it looks natural. Good stuff. Okay, so now that we've got all of this in place, wow, that's a long stretch without any support. Now we need to understand where are we going to squeeze in our train station, and I'm kind of tempted to do it right over here. So give me the train station that we can actually put in the middle of the road. I think it's this one. No, it's not that one. It is this one. That one we can place it anywhere, right? Okay, so the only thing is we need a little bit more room. So we're going to need to use move it to make a bit of room. Going to need to, yeah, oh, to make a little bit of room around here. Is this going to be, hang on, move that a little bit forward to say over there. That is not great. I don't think that's going to work. We probably need to move all of these a little bit, something like that, as close to there as possible, and over there. And then here, what we do is we tweak it a little bit to signal that we are starting to make room. It needs to be very gradual on our highway like this, And of course we don't want to zone on this, so I'll get rid of the zoning. Actually, this needs to be straight. Okay, so with those being straight, let's just see about this. Okay, how's that? Can we squeeze it in there? How does that look from up here? Probably need to take it out a little. Oh yeah, that's better. Something like that to go around. Yeah, I think that's okay. Let's leave it be for now. Let's get the station. Man alive, it's not even gonna fit in there. Which side? Oh, of course, we're gonna have to run the rail in there too. Can we run the rail? Ooh, it's not gonna work because the rail's gonna have to... Okay. That may not have been such a great idea unless maybe if we run it on the side. Let's do it on the side. That's okay. Let's get this back, and I'm guessing you're gonna be just forward through this section if it's not quite your thing. But I need to just fix that again, and now let's yeah, come on, straight. That's okay. Now it's a little bit... Yeah, I think that is pretty straight. That is pretty straight there. Now let's get this straight. Yeah, that's good. And that last one over there. Okay, now let's straighten this up a little. Straighten that up a little, and so we're gonna need to do a bit more like that, and then this one needs to do... Yeah, I think that's fine. We'll get rid of the zoning at some point. Now this one I want to put where? Oh, if we put it there, maybe over here it's gonna be a... Well, actually, over here could work. So if we squeeze it in right over there, actually let's swing it around. We'll do that. Hang on. Get it nice and tight over here, and we'll put that piece in the middle right there. Okay, so something just about like that. And then this one will come out here and go over that side and go over that side. Actually, no bridges in sight. So that is perfect. Is that aligned? It's pretty good. We can move those pillars a little bit so we can... Yeah, I think that's going to be good stuff. So that's the railway station right over there for these guys. And now let's quickly zone this area, get the water over here so we can start filling it in. Let's see, where is our closest water piece? So we'll run it under there. Up here. Why on earth? Oh, there's a pipe there, of course. There we go, so that's our water connection. Now shall we get a bit of power over there? How will we... I think it'd be best to run power over the top here somewhere. There we go. And then go up and over, and we'll do the power connection straight along here. Now how are we gonna, we'll just tie it in like that, so that's gonna, we're gonna get power over there. Perfect. Is that not connected? Oh yes, I never connected that, so let's make sure to tie those together right over there. So now there's power over here. Now this is going to be a big area, so grab some of the a big high density area is actually what I'm trying to say. So let's make sure we have a few spots. Come on. Ah, there we go. A few spots where we are actually providing connections. That's not going to work, so I think that's probably going to be about it in terms of connections. This is going to double load this area. This service road is going to be double loaded, so we'll have to see how that works. Okay, so what do we need over here? I am thinking we're going to have our own little recycling center, probably right over here. Yeah, that's okay. That's pretty decent for the area. So that can feed in all kinds of directions. Let me just grab. Oh, actually, that is connected over there. Okay, now we're also going to need some death care. So we'll squeeze that in. We're going to need a bit of a hospital setup over here. We'll grab that next to the death care. I'm going to want to do a bit of a fire station. Something about similar size. Yeah, I'm liking that. That's probably good enough. And a bit of police for us. Okay, what kind of police stations do we? Let's just grab the other one. Yeah, that's going to do well for us over there. So that's a bit of police right up there. Now, what else do we need? We need some schools. I'm thinking maybe this area is going to be our civic area. So, schools. What kind of other school facilities do we have? Creative arts. How many students? Capacity. Yeah, so let's have an Institute of Creative Arts right over here. And then we'll have a primary school, but that's going to be too small, I think. Let's see. What about this one? That's even smaller, really? How much is this one? That's, wow, then this one is the better one to have, at least. So we'll do that, and that's now kind of stepping down a little bit like so, right? That's okay. I think that does do quite a bit of interesting stuff there. So this area is where I think is going to go a little bit of not so high density stuff. The lower density commercial stuff is going to go in there. And then we're going to do nice big areas of kind of high density residential, like so. And I'll probably run the front also. Oops, what are we doing there? Let's run the front. All of this, all of that. We can do that like so. So there we go. So that's and I'm interested in doing that side too. So let's do that side. So this area should start filling in very nicely now. Oh, let's double check and quickly see. Oh, this area is, hang on. Let's quickly create a district over here. Yes, this whole new area has to be a district. So let's do that. Olive Hills? I don't think so. We don't want want the district to interact with the highway at all. So just make sure that that is okay. So perfect. So that's okay. Shouldn't be Olive Hills, I imagine. It should be... can it be a bay? Is this like a bay? So shall we call it... yeah, let's call it like Olive Bay instead. I don't mind the descriptor just needs to change a little bit. Olive Bay. So Olive Bay is this area over here. So if we have a look here, this goes only these areas. So it's only the district it's in that it is serving. So that should be sufficient. These don't have that. Okay, so perfect. So let's see that thing building. So let's speed things up a little bit. How's this working? Let's see. It's working quite well. What I did want to have a quick look at is to do the same thing on this side in terms of... oops, that's the wrong button. Get out of there, grab me the connectors. So let's quickly run the similar kind of connectors over here. So that one goes in there. This one goes to there. Then this one goes in there, and that one goes in there. Excuse me, and that's the end of that. So now they can do whatever they need to do over there. So there's a little bit, probably could be a little bit more capacity, but so in reality what you would do is you would actually paint this a bit of an island here so that they don't actually, so that they merge towards that side. Actually you'd paint a bit of an island like, yeah, it's just this lane goes into that lane and this lane exits. Similar to what we've done over there. We don't have the extra connection on this side. Okay, so immediately we're starting to see everybody make use of this. It is working. Oh, I see. So now they can actually make use of this to go in that area. Oh, that actually works quite well. That actually works quite well. And from this one you can head in this direction, up and around, and you can do that. But it's probably better to just get off there and go on there. That's as good as it gets. Look at that. That is quite an interchange. I must say I quite like it, and it is going to do good things for us. The one thing I wanted to grab is make sure we have and I think this area over here is probably a good spot for it, is to get the firefighting helicopters somewhere up and running. Firefighting helicopters, is that it? That's it, right? Yeah, the fire helicopter depot thingy. We need to give it a spot somewhere. Trying to give it a spot somewhere close to water. And I thought this would have been a pretty good spot for it. Slope is too steep, so we can't actually squeeze it in there. And close to the industrial area is also something that I thought might be a pretty good idea for it. So if we... oh, they're not zoned there. But yeah, that section should be pretty good. What we could do is, what I'll grab one of these small roads, and we'll just run that somewhere like this, right? And we'll just do a bit of a straight line into the water over here, something like that. Okay, and maybe I'll squeeze this one in. Oh, right there. I like it. That's a good spot, right over there. So it's right next to the water. It's got its access over here. No one should actually make use of this. It's got a bit of a stop over there, so it's not a big deal. Perfect. I wanted to quickly see if this bus still does the U-turn. What is that? We had a tree fall over. Okay, now actually this bus will run straight back up like so. How much action is at this bus station? Not a lot. Well, there's a lot of people running back and forth and back and forth. The train station is pretty busy and so on. So all of that is working quite well. Very well, very well. And now we've got these guys, so they can kind of combat firefights and things. I mean, forest fires and the like. Is this filling in nicely or struggling, or what is it doing? Oh, hang on. Before we get too far out of hand here, let's get let's quickly tie in our rail. give me my rail right over here. So hang on, let's grab the mover tool and let's just tweak it a little bit so it's a little straighter. That good? I think that's straight. Okay, so close down that, give us this. Okay, and there we go, and in, I don't know, down please. Excellent, that works very well. I think that's a very good spot for it right there. Now all I need to do is get our little paths over here, so let me get this stuff. I'm guessing, oh, hang on. Can we, yeah, we're obviously gonna need this, and we're gonna want this up at 12. Anyway, I'll get rid of that and see how we deal with that one. So one there, and one here, and towards this side. Oh man, that is perfect. Okay, so one here, one there, and then something like that. We'll throw that down into the parks on either side as we do that. But at least now we've got a good connection onto that rail station right there. Let's finish off this section. You know what? We probably can run this like so. Okay, let's see about tweaking this now. Ooh. That's not quite what I had in mind. Okay, hang on. Let's get rid of that. Let's get rid of this, and let's get that path to work a little bit better. So forget about anarchy. Okay. Come on. How can I not get this to work? Should be able to get this to work. Come on. If we move that out a little bit more. Ooh, I don't want to tweak that too much. So now we can even have bikes coming down here, because that is an appropriate kind of loop for bikes to use. Okay, so that's what that's going to be, to ensure that we have limited issues on this side. So what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to put this across the road to the other side. Okay, so just come on. What are we doing? Come on. Up at 12. Yeah, up at 12 over the top. And this one will just drop to both sides on like over a 6 tile, like that. Come on. Switch on the anarchy quickly. Get the 6 drop right over there. Okay, so that's, yeah, that's going to be sufficient. Good. So now we're dropping it over here so that we don't lose too much zone space. Yeah, I think that's good. That is very good. So now you can actually get to the train station fairly easily and even walk across the highway network. Oh, we've lost power. So this one needs to go up, and up and over. Right, yeah, up and over that. That's okay, it'll do. It'll do. Okay, this area is getting a bit busier. There's decent connection to a lot of places from here. Can even make the U-turn happen. Oh, actually, now we're missing a bit of power over there. Anyway, that should do the trick. Good stuff. So now everything's got power, and we've got a train station nicely squeezed into the interchange over here. I am liking it. That works well for me. Ooh, this is a little bit of a mess over here. Yeah, we need more. We need an extra lane. We need a section of extra lane. So let's see if we do that. If we grab this and say upgrade this little section here, forget about anarchy for now. We upgrade that section to an extra lane, and then there's a little bit more room for these to actually get down and maneuver. This doesn't matter because that's feeding, so that's okay. Yeah, so this gives a little bit extra room for them then to maneuver themselves into a single lane. Nice, I like that. That is a pretty decent setup. And guys, so that is the Olive Bay area, high density area right over here. It's probably in urgent need of a park, and I'm kind of thinking this area over here, we could actually extend that park, River's Edge Park, all the way, because it's still River's Edge. It's in dire need of a park to get some better upgrades, and then of course it needs a little bit of public transport access. Look at that. That is working quite well. Ooh, wrong button. How's this going? Yeah, we need... Wow, it's pretty busy. It is pretty busy over here. That is pretty good. Let's quickly just sort out what we want them to be doing right over here. So that area is how we're gonna handle it in that way. So this road is going to take priority to keep this flowing, and then as soon as there's a gap, then these guys will go. Absolutely, that's a lot better. Dealing with traffic in an appropriate way over here. Good stuff. We've got all the services they need. There's a school. I like how it's nice filling in, getting nice and high density coming up over here. Tons of people moving in. Nice. This is very good. I like it. We can of course expand this area to wrap around to this side and maybe connect onto here also. I'm keen on getting some offices in play at some point. I want to do a little bit more with parks. That road is doing well. We're well connected. We're really well connected throughout. Really well connected. Everything is filling in nicely now. There's a little bit of a shopping area right over here. Good stuff. That's very good. I like how this is working. This is a very appropriate little interchange that we've built over here. How's the conflict here? The conflict's not too bad. A very nice little interchange, and much better than kind of the vanilla thing that was in there. Fair enough, we needed to move it to make it work, but geez, that's a appropriate piece of interchange that does everything it needs to do quite efficiently and effectively. Good stuff. Running it through there. Everybody gets where they want to go, whether you want to make a U-turn or all of that, and we're appropriately weaving all the or braiding all the movements that's in conflict generally. So yeah, very good. Okay guys, I'm going to put a cut in this episode. If you've liked it, hit that button. If you've got some questions, leave them in the comments, and I will see you in the next episode. Thank you. Bye bye.